Hey, Steve Zook, welcome back to Pokesoo channel and the Guitar Ladder System. I'm going to do a series of videos on how to play chord melody style. It's really not that complex to bang out like a simple arrangement of a chord melody song. Where it gets tricky is making it interesting, because too many people play a chord melody song, and I don't know how else to put this. I'm not trying to be rude or offend anybody, but it's boring. I've had people come up to me at trade shows when I used to do trade shows, and I'd walk in with 60 guitars and set up a booth and, you know, show off a little bit and meet people and just have a good time, hopefully sell a few guitars. There's some pretty good players who come up to me and say, hey, I really enjoy your playing. You know, I play, and I oftentimes would see them play, and I'd tell them they sound pretty good, but they would actually tell me, my issue, I feel, is that I am a little boring. I'm a little too predictable in my chord melody. I need to go outside, you know, and make it interesting. And that's where the Guitar Ladder System is so powerful, because you learn all these chord cycles and studies, and boy, you can interject them all over the place in chord melody. And by the way, and knowing your inversions is super important. If you know your inversions on all all sets of strings, there we go. If you know these inversions, that really helps. Send me an email to Steve Zook, the number 7 at yahoo.com. I'll send you the nice typeset sheet of all the inversions I have on the different sets of strings. But I got to make my video short, so I'm going to just grab a little piece of this. First thing you want to do if you want to learn how to play chord melody is to grab a tune. I'm looking at How High the Moon, and just play the chords, you know. Maybe play, you know, more than one version of the chord, right? And then try to take the melody note and put the melody in the treble. And I'm not saying you have to always do it this way, but that will help. So for instance, with How High the Moon, it starts off like this. You're going to start off, and then it goes, then you have a G major 7. I use this form, and then the melody comes up here. So it's kind of nice to then go to a form like this. So all you're doing is and you don't have to play a chord for every note. That gets redundant. It makes it sound too full. You want to leave some air and some space in your chord melody, and then find some really cool stuff to fill that up with, whether it be a single note lick or a little chord cycle in between to embellish it. And like I said, that's where the Guitar Ladder System is so powerful. I've had students come up with some beautiful arrangements of songs, just blew me away. But you want to start by, like I said, play the melody. Okay, so here you've got, you know, I'm sorry, here you got it. And then it has an A note in the melody, so you play major 7. This is just this, and then the next melody note is that. So this works out nice. You can use that kind of voice, okay. And then you have these notes here. I'm sorry. And then you have an A flat. A B flat with a G minor 7. So it kind of works out nice to use this form. I like to throw in a little arpeggio, maybe a little color, okay? I wasn't going to get to that, but see, it's simple things like that. I've heard people play chord melody where they add so much stuff, they actually ruin the song. So it's about little subtle shading. See that? Okay, then we have this. And then we have an F major, we have a G, and the chord type is F major 7. You can do a 9. See that? You can change, like a major 7 can become a major 9, no problem. And then I might add a little shading there. See what I'm doing? And then we have an A flat in the melody with a F minor 7 as a chord. Nice time to do a polychord. See that? And that puts you right to a B flat minor 7, which is the next form. And then there's and then we have an E flat major 7 here. It would be, and that works out nice because the top note of the major 7 is the melody note. So now you know, just stay on that for 4 beats is a little redundant. You could add some shading. So I'm just giving a little bit. I'm probably going to make this a 5 or 10 video series, but let me just make some points though. Again, is that, and I'm just trying to keep this real simple for everybody, is that the most important thing with chord melody style playing is not being quite so predictable. When I used to play a lot of private parties and parties for rich people and whatnot, I used to charge $100 an hour, and it was cool. But anyway, I used to do that. The first time I'd play it through, I'd play it a little more, you know, predictable or normal. And then the next time through, I would start adding some shading, and then I'd try to maybe mix that up. So like I said, another good thing to do with chord melody is just play the melody. Just sit there, you know, play the melody. Okay. Whatever it is. Okay. And then, like I said, put the melody in the top strings, and then build the chord around that. So if you want my inversion sheet, just send an email to Steve, STEVEZOOK, the number 7 at yahoo.com. I'll send you my sheet. It's got all the inversions in. This is really helpful because when you're trying to figure out chord melody, and you can take all these, and I've got these, all the different, you know, this set of strings, this set of strings, this set of strings. When you're trying to figure out chord melody, it's really helpful to have those major 7 inversions. You can always alter them, just drop the 7th half step for a dominant chord, etc. So, but anyway, I'm going to give you, that's just a little piece for right now. But again, people out there that are playing at a pretty high level, advanced players, I would challenge you to take your chord melody and make it a little more interesting. When I studied from Joe Pass, he used to blow my mind all the time with what he would do with a tune. And like I said, it's you kind of find a balance between those two things. But that's where the chord studies in the guitar ladder system are so powerful, because you can, like with Misty, in the middle of Misty, it ends up here, where you can take cycle 1, and boom, right there you've got an interesting thing to add to Misty. So it's really a fun thing. I've had several students that are pretty advanced players that once they worked on the guitar ladder system for a while, and then we started working on some chord melody, just incredible what they came up with, because their ear was really starting to wake up. So I'm going to stop right there. I'm probably going to do 5 or 6 videos at least on this subject, but that gives you some guidelines. And like I said, if you're already playing chord melody, try to add some shading. Don't be afraid to change chord types a little bit. Don't be so predictable. Maybe play the chord and then do some shading around that chord. And try to make it a little more interesting, a little less predictable, create a little bit more tension and resolution. All right. Take care. Enjoy. Oh, this is for sale, by the way. Really nice guitar. $4.99. Really has a nice sound. That's the flat 5 there with the bass. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.